guys, welcome back to another video on Tish Does Travel. This week I want to share something which I've been obsessed with recently, and that's foraging. It's something that I've kind of been diving a little bit into on my own, and I really want to learn more about it. So I've booked myself onto a foraging and cooking course. Now I'm in Surrey, and also I'm combining this with a autumnal road trip. So going to go to the lights at Kew Gardens. They've got like an autumn Halloween event at Kew Gardens, and also other autumnal things in and around Surrey and London. So if that sounds good, then please keep watching, and if you like travel content like this, then make sure you hit the subscribe button. We also very luckily have been given the MG Cybestar to do this trip, which I think is very good, right? Because it's bright yellow and a very autumnal car. I'm hoping that it gets a little bit better weather and we can have the roof down, but if not, that's no problem at all. So we've just arrived at Buckland Lake Park, which is kind of within the Surrey Hills. It's actually absolutely beautiful, and this is where we're doing our totally wild foraging course. So we've got the car plugged in, so hopefully we've got a full charge by the end of the day to continue the road trip. But let's get started on our foraging course because I am very excited. So just before we begin, we've been having a little bit of a wander around this Buckland Park, and it's amazing. There's so many people wild swimming. I'm pretty sure this is like a spa, which is amazing. And yeah, there's like the little barbecue going on, and it's a really, really cool place. It's making me want to come back and go wild swimming, but maybe I'll wait until it's a bit warmer next year. Not quite sure I'm ready to take on wild swimming in the winter.
These mushrooms are colour changers. They are masters of colour. So we say red or blue makes you spew. So with these, you have to cut them in half and see if they change colour. If they stay their original colour, then they're edible. If they stain either red or blue, like straight away a very vivid blue, then they are not edible. Slippery jack.
So that would have gone blue already?
Yes, it would have gone blue already. Yeah. So, yeah. Then it could be three things. It could be a baby mushroom. Then it's either a puffball or an earth ball. Puffballs are edible, and there's lots of puffballs, but every single puffball is edible. Balls are not edible. So puffballs are white when they're young, and they're completely white throughout. Rounded, then it flattens, and they are the cloudy funnel. They are very substantial, lovely big meaty mushrooms, but unfortunately they're not edible. Other little brown mushrooms, so we can't really identify those either. But when we have lovely bright coloured mushrooms, they stand, and they have this beautiful lilac tone to them all over. So we have lilac on the cap, sometimes it's lilac-y brown, and sometimes it can look a bit more brown than lilac, but underside is always bright lilac. So fever is always the same colour all over. So purple cap, purple gills, purple stem, all the same purple throughout. Our lilac bonnet the gills aren't the same colour, they're like a grey. So these ones are very safe to eat because we have the wavy cap, we have spaced gills, we have the fork around the edge, a wavy stem, and it's just purple all over. So there's not a lookalike that is purple all over. So these guys. Try it from its tan beige cap Underside, pure white pores, and it only grows on birch, dead birch. You find it grows in clusters, so you see there's a few more up there. Really can get quite large. When they're too old though, they will kind of go a yellow brown underneath, and that's when they're too old to use. With this, very, very tough. So we slice it, we can dry it and store it, or we can boil it for 4 hours to make our birch polypore tea, simmer for 4 hours, polypore tea, or create a tincture, add those together, dual extraction tincture. This is very bitter though. So you would, when you make your tea, add a little bit of honey to it. For the best, you could add turkey tail and polypore together with a little bit of honey, add some spices to it, and then this is the best. Have both of those together, okay? You can also make plasters out of this. So the underside, if you find yourself in the woods and you cut yourself, you would look for this mushroom, you would carve a rectangle shape out of it and peel it back. Super
like
fun.
Oh, that's
seaweed
so
texture.
strange.
Yeah, it's kind of got that crunchiness to it too. Yeah.
Slimy.
Are you going to try it,
Where
Ori?
you find it one year, you'll find it each year. Alright. Great fun. Thank you so much. Okay, we'll leave that there for next time. Oh, eyes.
One at the end.
It tastes nice, but the texture is a bit.
Hey. Edible puffballs, white all the way through. Alright, that's all.
Apparently.
Yeah.
So you can take
Yes,
because it's called honey fungus because of the honey coloured cap, and it normally has, this one's quite subtle, but it's got brown sort of scales on the whitey creamy gills, whereas our sulphur tuft, these will go brown with age, and we have a skirt. But with honey fungus, this is the one which kills trees. This is a parasitic mushroom, so it's probably what has killed this one here. So you don't want this one in your garden. It's edible, but not everyone doesn't agree with it.
So this is the main event. This is the risotto, which has been made with all the mushrooms that we foraged, which is really exciting. I can't believe that you can eat the amethyst deceivers, so the purple mushrooms. They'd have been one of the ones that I would have assumed not, but yeah, I'm really excited to try this. So we've just finished and we're walking back to the car now. It was so much fun, we had a really good time, and I feel much more confident that I can pick some mushrooms now and understand what I can eat and what I can't. And then some other things as well. We really enjoyed the daisy leaves. They were really tasty, very peppery, definitely be picking those. But yeah, I feel really happy. So this was the Totally Wild, I don't know if I've mentioned, might have done it in voiceover, but this was the Totally Wild course. And it was fantastic, and also our instructor, I think you'd call her that, or tour guide, Lucy, she was fantastic as well. Loads of knowledge about mushrooms and what we can eat, And yeah, I would recommend, if this is something that you've also been thinking of doing, I would definitely recommend it because it was a lot of fun. And interestingly, we're now on our way to Richmond, and we're going to be going to Richmond tomorrow, and apparently there is loads of things to forage in Richmond, so we'll have to see whether we end up doing a bit more foraging or if we just do something else for this weekend and then do a bit more foraging when we get home. But yeah, we're going to jump back in the car and head to our hotel, and then we're meeting friends for drinks tonight. Morning. We cannot believe our luck to waking up in Richmond to the most beautiful blue skies ever. So our kind of plan today was to pretty much just stroll around Richmond Park really. We haven't got a lot of plans, have a bit of lunch, have some coffee. We've just come back from a Beatles breakfast, and then we have Kew Gardens booked but not until 7 p.m. So we've had kind of quite a big breakfast, and then we'll have an early dinner, which we think we're going to try an Italian, which is in Richmond, because it looks really, really lovely and it's quite well priced as well. So I will show you a little glimpse of Richmond Park because it's very pretty here. We might do some foraging, might not. Maybe we're a bit foraged out from yesterday and we haven't got anywhere to carry stuff anyway, but if we find anything particularly special, it might be coming home with us. So yeah, I'll catch back in probably around lunchtime, but I'll just give you a quick view of how beautiful the day is. Can you believe that it's November next week and we're eating ice creams because it's that warm? So we're all checked out of the hotel and today is our last day of our autumn road trip, and we've come to an English heritage location. It's on the way home and we're going to have a little bit of a look round, but we're starving at the moment. We've not had any breakfast. It's about, well, it'll be lunch now because it's 12:30 and we haven't eaten anything yet. We had a bit of a lazy morning, made the most of the late checkout, so we're going to head straight to the little cafe that they have on site here, have a little look around this English heritage site, and then we'll be heading home to end our autumn road trip. So we didn't stay long at Kenwood House. The weather's not great, so we didn't really want to look around the grounds, although it looked absolutely beautiful and very well kept. And also we're up against it a little bit for time, but this is definitely somewhere I'd come back to. It was so beautiful, and especially this time of year with all the leaves, it's so pretty. And in one of the shops, I found this, which is a book, which I was drawn to because it just says Ghost Hunters, but actually it's about Borley Rectory, which is literally like 10 minutes from me. So this could possibly lead to another video in the future. If you want to see like a little bit of spooky history around Suffolk, then let me know in the comments down below. But I really hope you've enjoyed this video. We have had such a nice weekend away. We've been really lucky with the weather, and I just love this time of the year so much. If you have enjoyed the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more travel content like this, then go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Until next time, guys, see you later.